Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, what we have here is exposing the Democrats of, pretty much helping and giving money to illegal immigrants, lying about the actual marijuana farm that has been happening in California, the ICE raids that have been happening in California, and then including a few other Democratic politicians that are just not getting their way. Like they're just being completely stupid. So without further ado, let's get directly into this. This is going to be a long one. So what we have here is that LA Mayor Bass provides cash payments to illegals, issues order to thwart immigration enforcement. It goes on to say here that LA Mayor Karen Bass signed an executive order Friday to bolster protocols and support immigrant neighborhoods, including offering cash assistance in response to raids by the Trump administration targeting those in the United States illegally. The order is intended to help protect the city's workforce and residents from the federal government during immigration enforcement operations. It also demands that federal agencies provide records of the raids, who was detained, and for what reason, and the cost to taxpayers, which will be part of a Freedom of Information Act. There is a need for me to have an executive directive to help our city understand how to protect itself from our federal government. Bass said at a press conference, what we have seen here over the last now 6 weeks of raids that pop up, and we never know exactly when and when they're going to happen. So, again, the directive will help city workers now know how to address immigration officials should they approach a city department, she added. The order also requires city departments to create a plan for protocols and training on how to comply with LA Sanctuary City Ordinance. In addition, Bass said a plan is being worked out to provide cash assistance to those affected by the enforcement operations, the LA Times reported. Cash cards with a couple $100s on them will be distributed by immigrants' rights groups in about a week. The money will not come from the city coffers, but from philanthropic partners, she said. So, yeah, that's what's happening here. We have Gavin Newsom pretty much going out insane, kids running from tear gas, crying on the phone because their mother was just taken from the fields. Trump calls me new scum, but he's a real scum, and this is what we have here.
Do not panic, do not run! Do not run! Stay calm! They took your mom?
So again, this is something that I need to address, right? So what do we have actual kids here running around and in these actual ICE raids? So either there's only two things that can be a possibility here, right? Either the kids were illegally working there, right? Or the kids were brought there by the parents during an ICE raid, which that tear gas is most likely to be deployed because of all the reports, the videos, the internet, the news. All these things are being reported on what's happening during these ICE raids and some of what's happening to people who are tear gas. And the parents think it's a good idea to put these kids out there. Okay, so what are we doing here exactly? This is just stupidity of the highest order by the parents. Again, we have this here as well from Commissioner Rodney Scott saying, here's some breaking news. 10 juveniles were found at this marijuana facility. All illegal aliens, 8 of them unaccompanied. It's now under investigation for child labor violations. This is Newsom's California. Yeah, and we're going to get to the California labor violations soon. And he goes on to say here as well, these are the juveniles found in the marijuana facility. Almost all unaccompanied, one as young as 14. California, you're ready to partner with us to stop child exploitation. And we have more from Nick Solder here, pretty much showing that ICE agents are in a tense standoff with anti-ICE rioters during an immigration raid in California. Democrats are enabling these terrorists. If none of these enablers are locked up, this BS will get worse. Arrest the politicians and funders. No, I agree. We need to arrest these people because, again, Trump says that Pam Bondi is doing a good thing, right? But how is she doing a good thing when she's not arresting the Democrats that are doing this? Like, we have to arrest these politicians. We have to, because otherwise this BS won't stop. We got to instill fear into people that are advocating for this type of stuff to keep on happening.
They're attacking everything!
Yeah, so you get the drift. We have this here, more ice raids in California today. So that's what we have here. More of the ice raids that are going on. Yeah, so that's what we have here. We have this here from Brian Allen. ICE just swarmed Ventura County fields, hauling away the very farm workers who keep American produce aisles stocked. We're arresting assets, treating the backbone of our food chain like a threat. That's not border security, that's self-sabotage in uniform. No, because again, Brian Allen is an idiot. And I'm going to show you why he's an idiot in a little bit here, because we have more from Jimmy Gomez saying similar things, saying how many MS-13 gang members are waking up at 3 a.m. to pick strawberries? Oh yeah, 0. Trump said he'd go after bad hombres, but he's targeting the immigrant farm workers who feed America. Either he lied or he can't tell the difference. Again, both of these people are morons, and I'm going to explain onto why they are morons. So the White House says raid marijuana farms filled with illegal aliens. Crying Jimmy, they are just strawberry pickers. They ain't produced homes. That's the product. That's why this is the White House making fun of it. And we have this here. This is what I mean. So Homeland Security said, chat, what type of strawberries are these? And you can clearly see these are marijuana farms, right? This is a marijuana farm and all this, right? So again, you can't call this strawberries when this is clearly a marijuana farm. And don't get me wrong, I don't mind people growing marijuana. I don't have a problem with people doing this the legal way and smoking it, but it has to be done the legal way, and you can't have child labor doing it. All right, so that's what we have. We have this here from ICBP saying arrest or at least 361 illegal aliens during marijuana grow site operation. Rescue at least 14 children. So here's what we have. It says here, on July 10th, 2025, that's 4 days from now, 4 days ago, federal law enforcement officers executed criminal warrant operations at marijuana grow sites in Carmetera and Camarillo. At least 14 migrant children have been rescued from potential exploitation, forced labor, and human trafficking. Federal officers also arrested at least 361 illegal aliens from both sites in the Carmetera and Camarillo. ICE and CBP arrested violent and dangerous criminal illegal aliens during the operation who were working at the marijuana site. And these are the people here. We have Roman Esguardo, who was convicted of kidnapping, attempted rape, and attempted child molestation. You have Juan Durante Velasquez, who was from Mexico, and he is convicted of rape and a DUI. You have Jose Orana, who's from El Salvador, and he's convicted of a DUI and a hit and run with property damage. And then you have Adriana Gonzalez, who is convicted 3 times of burglary and DUI. She is also from Mexico. So yeah, these look like great individuals, right? And you have here where Newsom is not in a good place. Newsom looked like he might be freaking doomed because we have this here. Newsom donors cannabis farm under federal investigations for child labor violations. Yeah, that's right. So we have this here. The president of Glass House Farms, the cannabis farm that federal immigration authorities raided in California on Thursday, despite protests, has donated thousands to Democrats in California. Co-founder, president, and board director Graham Farrer, who identifies on social media as residing in Santa Barbara, California, has made numerous political donations to the Santa Barbara County Democratic Central Committee's Federal Political Action Committee and Rep. Salud Cabajal, according to Federal Election Commission records. According to California Public Campaign Finance records, he also donated $10,000 to California Democratic Governor Newsom in 2018. And his most recent public political donation was to California Democratic Assembly member Greg Hart in July 2023. So that's not good. That's really bad. That's what we call a huge problem here. And he might just be completely doomed, right? So this is what we have here with Gavin Newsom. So I don't know about you, but this seems like a huge problem for Gavin, and he's probably going to get this sold out. And we have this here from Data Republican. It says Glass House Farms was the marijuana growing operation that got raided yesterday. They had a class action lawsuit filed against them for failing to pay wages and failing to provide breaks. So although the suit mentions Glass House Chief Executive Officer Kale Kazan as he's not listed as one of the defendants, in addition to failing to pay wages, the lawsuit claims that the defendants failed to provide meal breaks, rest periods, recovery, or cool-down periods in the heat. Itemized wage statements, sick pay, overtime pay, reimbursements for business expenses, and other violations under the state's quota and unfair compensation laws. The plaintiff, Gerardo Melendez, is seeking compensation for himself and others who've worked for Glass House during the past 4 years. According to Melendez, each worker was expected to process 4 pounds of cannabis daily, roughly double the output of a skilled hand trimmer, according to a Mobius case study. As a result of the unrealistic quotas, employees were unable to take lawful meal periods, rest periods, and bathroom breaks and were exposed to safety hazards while working overtime. So yeah, that ain't looking too great for all good Gavin here, right? Gavin is just a complete failure of a governor, and I think he should be arrested for a lot of things that's been going on too here. And we have a little bit more with this as well, because this is not just the end of it all. We have it to where one of the mayors is saying how this is outright awful and bad, and he's from Oxford. So here's this clip.
Talked about these operations before, how I personally feel they're unjust, unwarranted, and just unnecessary, and it's creating a lot of distress in our communities.
Ongoing ICE operations within the area. We urge all residents to remain calm, stay indoors when possible, and know your rights. Do not go out unless necessary. Stay at home and do not open the door to strangers.
Then we have California schools looking to go back to remote schooling because of the ICE immigrations and more excused absences. So yeah, the insanity just keeps on continuing here.
To move online amid student concerns over the ongoing immigration raids, leaders at the university say that professors can now arrange for more excused absences and alternative makeup work after students have expressed fear of commuting to school and taking public transportation. Faculty also have the option of working remotely now.
Yeah, so I don't see to where we can go with this reality here, to where where everything is just going good. It seems like all these Democrats, all these people are crying about these people being arrested, even though a lot of these people are criminals and they're protecting child slavery. So there you go. I mean, I'll have more going on most likely tomorrow because there's a bit more of these Democrats really crashing out. But I just want you guys to know the insanity is still here, and this is kind of just a truth that's been going on and how the Democrats are just lying about everything. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care, my friends.